Every single night, your body runs a cleaning protocol most people have no idea exists. The moment you drop into deep sleep, your lymphatic system starts flushing metabolic waste from your brain. Your liver processes and dumps accumulated toxins. Your intestines reset. Your immune system rebuilds from the ground up. This isn't wellness talk. This is measurable neurobiology happening in real time while you're unconscious. Your body already knows how to heal itself. It does it every night. The problem is, for most people, that the process is running at a fraction of its capacity. There's a substance that's been used for over 4,000 years that can amplify this entire overnight cycle. It costs pennies. It's sitting in most grocery stores right now. And when you sync it with your body's natural repair window, the results are unlike anything you'd expect from something so simple. I'm talking about castor oil, not the Instagram trend version, the actual molecular biochemistry behind why it works. Ricinoleic acid pathways, EP3 receptor activation, and lymphocyte production cascades are the real mechanisms that explain real results. Tonight, you could trigger deeper sleep than you've had in years, a visibly flatter stomach by morning, measurable immune activation, skin regeneration, hair regrowth, and joint pain relief, all because you applied a plant oil before bed and let your body's night shift do what it was designed to do. Let me walk you through exactly how. You apply a castor oil pack to your abdomen. You go to sleep. By morning, your stomach is visibly flatter, your clothes sit differently, and that heavy, stagnant feeling you've been carrying around is gone. This isn't water weight manipulation, and it isn't a placebo. It's mechanical clearing, and the science behind it is straightforward. Ricinoleic acid is the primary active compound in castor oil. It makes up roughly 90% of the oil's fatty acid profile. This molecule has a specific affinity for EP3 receptors lining your intestinal smooth muscle. When it binds to those receptors, it triggers coordinated peristaltic contractions, the same wave-like movements your gut naturally produces to push waste through, except amplified and sustained throughout your entire sleep cycle. The oil absorbs through your abdominal wall, reaches the muscular layers of your intestines, and keeps things moving for hours while you're unconscious. But there's a second mechanism most people miss entirely. Ricinoleic acid simultaneously works to break down the fermented biofilm coating your intestinal wall. That sticky, stubborn layer traps stagnant waste and creates the bloating, gas, and heaviness that so many people accept as normal. You're not shedding water. You're mechanically clearing the fermentation buildup that's been cementing itself inside your digestive tract. By the third night of consistent application, people routinely report their stomach is flatter than it's been in months. That timeline isn't random, it's how long it takes for the compounding effect of nightly peristaltic stimulation to clear the backlog. But what's happening beneath the surface goes even deeper than your gut. This is the benefit that puts castor oil in a category of its own. There was a study published in the Journal of Naturopathic Medicine that changed the way researchers looked at topical remedies. Participants who applied castor oil packs to their abdomen saw lymphocyte production increase by over 60% compared to placebo packs within just 24 hours. Lymphocytes are your immune system's frontline soldiers. They're the cells that hunt down pathogens, clean up cellular debris, and flush toxins out of your tissues. Here's what's happening at the cellular level. Ricinoleic acid stimulates structures called Peyer's patches, specialized clusters of immune tissue embedded in your small intestine. When these patches activate, they don't just respond locally. They trigger a systemic cascade. Your lymph nodes fire up. Your spleen ramps up white blood cell production. Your entire immune surveillance network shifts into a higher gear. By placing the pack over your liver or lower abdomen before bed, you're essentially priming your body's drainage system to run at full capacity during the exact window when it's already designed to clean house. This is why people describe feeling lighter, clearer, and more energized after just a few consecutive nights. It's not a vague sense of wellness, it's the tangible result of your lymphatic system actually doing its job instead of running on fumes. If you implement nothing else from this entire list, implement this. A nightly abdominal pack is the single most effective thing you can do to support your body's detoxification process. And what happens to your sleep quality when your system is finally draining properly? That's where things get even more interesting. Everyone reaches for lavender or melatonin supplements when they can't sleep. Castor oil works through a completely different biological pathway, and it addresses the root cause rather than masking the symptom. The mechanism starts with inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation, the kind most people over 40 are carrying without realizing it, keeps cortisol levels elevated around the clock. Elevated cortisol directly suppresses melatonin production. Your body wants to make melatonin. It knows how, but the inflammation is acting like a brake pedal jammed to the floor. Ricinoleic acid is a potent anti-inflammatory agent. When absorbed through the skin, it reduces systemic inflammation measurably. As inflammation drops, cortisol follows. And when cortisol finally comes down, melatonin synthesis unblocks naturally, no supplement needed. But there's a second pathway running simultaneously. The absorption of castor oil, whether applied to the abdomen or the eyelids, activates a calming response through the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is your parasympathetic trigger, the switch that shifts your nervous system from fight or flight into rest and digest mode. When both pathways fire together, with lower cortisol and vagal activation, the result is a depth of sleep most people haven't experienced in years. You don't just fall asleep faster. You drop into the REM and deep sleep phases that your body has been skipping. These are the stages where growth hormone is released, where tissue repair peaks, and where memory consolidation happens. Without them, you wake up feeling like you barely slept at all, no matter how many hours you were in bed. With both pathways firing cortisol reduction and vagal activation, your brain cycles through these critical phases the way it was designed to. People report waking up without grogginess for the first time in as long as they can remember. No residual heaviness, no alarm clock battle, just clean, natural wakefulness. The eyelid method and the navel method both work for this. A thin layer rubbed gently onto closed eyelids, or a few drops applied to the belly button before bed. Either route gets the ricinoleic acid into your system and lets the cascade do its work overnight. And once your sleep quality improves, everything else accelerates, including what happens to your skin. Most facial oils and creams sit on the surface of your skin. They moisturize the top layer, maybe make things feel smoother temporarily, but they never reach the deeper structures where aging actually happens. Castor oil is different because of a property most people don't know about. It's a humectant. It actively draws moisture from the surrounding air into your skin. But because its molecular structure allows it to penetrate far deeper than conventional oils, it reaches the dermal layer where collagen and elastin are produced. Once there, the fatty acids fill gaps in your skin's structural matrix. They combat free radical damage, the oxidative stress that breaks down collagen fibers, and accelerates visible aging. Every day, environmental factors like UV exposure, pollution, and even stress generate free radicals that chip away at your skin's architecture. Ricinoleic acid neutralizes those molecules before they can do further damage, while simultaneously stimulating new collagen production. The result isn't a temporary surface glow, it's actual plumping from the inside out. People notice a visible difference within 48 hours of their first application. After 4 to 8 weeks of consistent nightly use, fine lines soften, texture smooths, and the overall tone of the skin shifts in a way that looks genuinely younger, not artificially masked. This is collagen stimulation, not a moisturizer sitting on top of your face. The same anti-inflammatory properties that improve your sleep also make castor oil remarkably effective for joint pain. It works similarly to capsaicin-based treatments but without the burning heat. When you rub it into a painful knee, shoulder, or lower back and wrap the area overnight, the ricinoleic acid intercepts pain-signaling molecules, specifically substance P, while simultaneously reducing inflammation in the surrounding tissue. A 2009 study found it effective for managing knee osteoarthritis, and the mechanism goes beyond simple pain masking. It increases circulation to the joint, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to damaged cartilage and connective tissue. You're not just dulling the ache, you're creating conditions for the joint to actually repair itself while you sleep. Wrap it, go to bed, and let the overnight hours do the heavy lifting. This is the benefit that put castor oil on the map, and the biology behind it is genuinely fascinating. It's not just coating the hair shaft or adding superficial shine. Ricinoleic acid inhibits a specific protein called prostaglandin D2, PGD2. Elevated levels of PGD2 are directly linked to hair loss in both men and women. What PGD2 does is shrink the hair follicle progressively. Over time, the follicle miniaturizes until it goes completely dormant and stops producing visible hair altogether. By blocking PGD2 and simultaneously increasing blood flow to the scalp, castor oil creates a two-pronged attack on hair loss. Dormant follicles that haven't produced hair in months or even years begin receiving signals to reactivate. The increased circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients directly to the follicle root, giving it the fuel to start producing again. Eyebrows thicken, eyelashes lengthen. Thinning areas along the hairline show new growth. The key is consistency. Most people see visible results between 8 and 12 weeks of nightly application. Apply it to your scalp, massage it in for a minute or two, and let it work overnight. You're not performing a miracle. You're removing a biochemical roadblock and feeding the root what it needs to function again. The same deep penetrating quality that makes castor oil effective for hair also makes it one of the best natural options for scar tissue and stretch marks. Scar tissue is essentially chaotic, connective tissue, hard, fibrous, and disorganized. Castor oil penetrates deep enough to gradually soften that fibrous structure, breaking down the rigid bonds holding the scar together while encouraging new, organized tissue to form in its place. It won't vanish a scar overnight, but consistent application visibly fades stretch marks and softens surgical scars over weeks and months. It also works on active acne by dissolving the waxy plugs clogging your pores rather than adding another layer on top of them. Your skin's microbiome actually benefits instead of getting suffocated. Now, there are two more benefits most people overlook entirely, and one of them could be the most practical of all. Your thymus gland sits right behind your breastbone, and it's one of the most important organs in your immune system. It's where your T cells, the specialized fighters that identify and destroy threats, are trained and matured. The problem is, the thymus shrinks as you age. It's one of the primary reasons immunity declines with the years. Castor oil applied to the chest over the thymus area or over the lymph nodes along your neck supports this gland directly by increasing T cell activity. If you feel a cold creeping in, or you're just generally run down and your energy has been flat for weeks, applying castor oil to your chest before bed is like putting armor on your immune system during its most active repair window. Your body does the majority of its immune rebuilding during deep sleep, which is exactly when the ricinoleic acid is being absorbed and doing its work. Combined with the lymphocyte boost from the abdominal pack, you're giving your body a full-spectrum immune support protocol that runs automatically while you're unconscious. This is preventive care at its simplest and most effective. And then there's the dry eye benefit that almost nobody talks about. Chronic dry eyes usually aren't caused by a lack of water. They're caused by a lack of oil. Your tear film has a lipid layer that prevents tears from evaporating too quickly. When the meibomian glands in your eyelids get clogged, which happens increasingly as you age, that lipid layer thins out. Your tears evaporate on contact, and you wake up with that gritty sandpaper feeling that no amount of eye drops seems to fix. Castor oil applied carefully to the eyelids, not in the eye itself, delivers lipids that stabilize the tear film and help unclog those glands over consecutive nights. People who've suffered from dry eyes for years report waking up with comfortable, hydrated eyes after just a few nights of consistent application. It's one of the simplest applications on this list, and for anyone dealing with chronic eye discomfort, it can be genuinely life-changing. But before you go buy the first bottle you find, there's something critical you need to know, and getting this wrong could undo every single benefit I just described. The castor oil industry has a serious problem that most consumers never hear about. Because castor seeds are extremely hard to press, many manufacturers take a shortcut. They use a chemical solvent called hexane to extract the oil. Hexane is a byproduct of crude oil refining. It's classified as a neurotoxin. It dissolves the oil out of the seed efficiently and cheaply, but it leaves chemical residues behind in the finished product. These residues don't just disappear. They're still present in the bottle you bring home. If you're applying hexane-processed castor oil to your skin every night, you're absorbing a neurotoxin transdermally into the very system you're trying to clean. That defeats the entire purpose and can cause more harm than doing nothing at all. There's a second problem that's equally dangerous. Ricinoleic acid is a natural plasticizer. It's so effective at penetrating materials that if your castor oil comes in a plastic bottle, it will leach BPA and phthalates directly out of the container and into the oil. When you rub that contaminated oil onto your thyroid, your abdomen, or anywhere near your reproductive organs, you're dosing yourself with endocrine disruptors that mimic estrogen in your body. The rule is non-negotiable: hexane-free, cold-pressed, and stored in a glass bottle. If the label doesn't confirm all three, don't put it on your skin, period. Here's what it comes down to. Your body already has the machinery to heal, regenerate, and clean itself. It runs that program every single night. It's not broken, it's been running without the raw materials it needs. Castor oil isn't a miracle cure, it's a catalyst. It amplifies the processes your biology already performs by giving your cells, your lymphatic system, your gut, and your immune network the specific molecular inputs they respond to. Thousands of years of traditional use, now backed by modern biochemistry, all point to the same conclusion. This works when you use it correctly. Tonight, apply the pack. Wear an old shirt because it will stain. Go to sleep. And for the first time, let your body's night shift run at full capacity. You might be surprised what it's capable of when you finally stop getting in its way.